You forgot how to do it. I forgot. I forgot to talk into a microphone.
Kind of.
Just a little bit.
Kind of. Yep. We look good.
We look good.
We're ready. We're back, baby.
We're back. We're back.
We are so back.
We are so back.
We're so back. We've been missing. I've been missing. I guess I'll speak for myself. I've been missing this.
It's talking into the void.
Talking into the void, one of my favorite pastimes.
Mm-hmm, yes. Well, I've been talking into the void without the microphone lately. And so it makes you look a little more crazy because you can I can talk to my 2-year-old or my dog about the same things that I'm going to talk to you guys about, but they just don't get it. We have the same amount of feedback as from
blank.
our audience.
Silence.
Silence. It's either like silence or like, ah.
Yeah. Although I will say recently we have heard some feedback from some of our listeners, and that's been pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, makes our whole month, week, life.
Our whole life.
Makes our whole life.
It's been pretty cool. You guys, I'm glad that I think when we took a little break at the beginning of the summer, we were like, what if nobody, but people I think people have discovered the podcast during that time, and that's kind of cool because we weren't really anticipating that happening.
And we're both off LinkedIn now, so
we're fully linked out.
We're fully linked out. We're fully in full hibernation mode on LinkedIn, and if anybody goes to look for us, we are not there.
You won't find us.
You won't find us.
You won't find us there.
So you can hit us up on our email or our social channels
or carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon. Well, I mean, last person
Atlanta.
that sent a carrier pigeon to Atlanta, the bird got shot. We don't want that to happen to any more. We don't want any more innocent carrier pigeons to get shot for a message just for us, you know?
Not for nothing. Maybe this is where we do the intro.
Welcome to Linked Out. Welcome to Linked Out, the podcast that won't help you get a job, but will make you feel better about not having one. Hi. Hello.
Wait a second.
Hey, wait a minute. Just a minute. Let's reintroduce ourselves and talk about what's been going on.
We're back.
That's Syd. I'm Brit. Hey guys, we took a 2-month break, and we're no longer going to be talking to you about the depths of hell that is looking for work in this shitty job market. Not because we found a job, because we created our own.
That horse has been beat. Yes, exactly. That the last time we logged off of LinkedIn was the very last time for me. I don't think I'll ever go back, and that is very freeing to say. I don't think I'll ever go back to LinkedIn. Sorry. Not sorry.
I might go back.
I feel like you will go back.
But maybe I won't.
That's true. It could go either way.
See, the world is our oyster. I'm just going to leave. I mean, I'll tell you, I had a very strong exit from LinkedIn.
I wish I could have seen it. I wasn't there to see it.
I wrote a post that was like, screw you. Mm-hmm. Goodbye, good people of this bad app. I'm leaving. Not because this app, I was like, I'm leaving. This app did nothing for me. I love all you creatives, whatever. And then I got everybody was like, wait, where are you going? Did you find a job? Bye, love you. And then some trolls came in and were like, oh, you don't have to announce your departure. This isn't an airport.
Hot take.
C.
Paul C. Get out of here, Paul C.
That's his name. Anybody want to go bully him? Go for it. He's an aspiring screenwriter that's never going to make it. Just kidding. Okay.
Well, anyway.
Cut that.
I just Irish goodbye when I didn't even say anything. And then I felt bad because I was mid conversation with some people on in my messages, and I just fully disappeared.
Bye.
Like they maybe think that I died.
No, they don't think you died.
Does your LinkedIn
No, because
doesn't
if
just
you
go off if you die, obviously.
Yeah. Well, mine does.
They go, okay,
I
she's
have
dead.
it.
Turn her LinkedIn
Well,
off.
I actually have my LinkedIn hooked up to my heart monitor, so it knows when it's when.
I
when
think
it's
Big LinkedIn knows. As soon as you die, they deactivate your profile. I think I fully deleted mine. Actually, I didn't even hibernate it, so I'm like fully committed to the bit.
I don't know how to. I didn't know how to delete it.
I'll show you if you really want. But it sounds like you're maybe gonna go back, so I won't. I don't.
I'm not going back.
I'm not gonna force you to commit.
I'm not going to go back unless I'm like ridiculously successful.
Never
just
going
to,
back again.
Just to rub it in the faces of the people.
No,
that's
a good reason. Actually, that's a good reason.
That's like the only, because
that's a valid reason to get back
had
on.
so many people fuck with me on the app. Like, oh, like you don't like recruiters? Like, go fuck yourself. I'm a recruiter. Or like, Paul C again. It's like, sorry, this app isn't working for you. You can't just, he goes, you can't just sit there and expect somebody to bring you a job on a silver platter. I'm like, sir, you do not know me at all. Like that's not what we did on that app.
Yeah.
So
I wish.
Yeah.
First of all, I was fighting for my life on LinkedIn, trying everything.
Everybody is.
Exactly.
And the fact that
nobody's waiting for a job to fall into their lap.
The fact that these and I'm using this specific guy as the archetype of that type of guy, but the fact that these people and gals too. It's not always men, but it's usually men. But
it's not all men, but it is always.
But it's always
man.
men. It's always a man. But women are misogynist too. So women can do anything men can do. Women can also be misogynists.
Sometimes even better.
Sometimes even better than a man. Women can do anything a man can do better. Even be a misogynist. There's the tag. We were looking for it. But yeah. So I mean, people. When you try to vent about something or try to build community with people that are going through the same thing as you, there's always some asshole
contrarian
being sorry, but maybe you're just not working hard enough, or oh, you're not getting paid the same as a man. Sorry, maybe you don't do your job as well.
You seem like a fun person.
Yeah, you seem fun.
You seem fun.
So that is incentive for me to go back on the app when I'm wildly successful, just to be like, hey,
I love that.
This app still sucks, but guess what? Get off the app and go do your own thing.
I saw the weirdest, two things. I saw the weirdest LinkedIn ad on TikTok.
Oh,
that was a woman talking about how if she hadn't gotten connected to a job on LinkedIn, she would have never opened her own coffee shop. And I was like, and then at the beginning, she's like, I'm single with no kids or something. It was so weird. It was the weirdest thing. It was what does this have to do? What does this have to do with anything on LinkedIn? But also how does you getting a job on LinkedIn lead to, I was same. Cause I also quit LinkedIn and started my own company or started my own job too. So I guess it was it feels like the ad was it proved that you don't need LinkedIn, and it was just really funny. I don't know. If anyone has seen this ad, you'll know what I'm talking about.
They really target marketed you. They did. Got you. They were like,
they were like, this woman is fed up with LinkedIn.
Except does your TikTok think you're single and childless? Because mine does.
I guess it does.
Because I'm always not on our and we'll get to our business venture, which is very mom centric, not on that specific social media, but my personal social media, I'm always skipping mom content and
yeah, you're
and when people are talking about the male loneliness epidemic, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yes, okay, so this is our first segue of season 2, because you were talking about your most recent, he wasn't really a nemesis, that's giving him too much credit, but whoever was the last troll that slid into your LinkedIn DMs reminds you of we have a business nemesis.
We have a business. So let's talk about our business first.
A biz nemesis.
If you if you have listened to our podcast in the past, if you've listened to the last episode of season 1 of this podcast, we talk about starting our own business, which is basically like sustainable, and like a sustainable like mom.
Let's hear that elevator pitch.
Oh, great.
Work, bitch.
It's slow fashion.
Slow fashion.
We're selling like vintage and secondhand items, kids items. So we're trying to, and we're recycling all of the things that you use for such a short time as a parent. And right now we're doing like clothing. We're trying to branch out into like bigger avenues, but we've done a few pop-ups and they went pretty well. They weren't like they were like very soft opening pop-ups. They were like,
yeah, it's all, I think, so last time we talked on here, it was like May. We're in July now, but Brit and I started cooking up this idea back in like March when we went to Tucson. We were like, should we do our own? There's no kids like secondhand, but like not Goodwill, you know what I mean? Like we are talking about like vintage, curated place. And these kinds of stores are
by
like,
us.
they're popping up everywhere. There's like a really cool one in San Francisco. There's a cool one in Brooklyn. More about that later. But we were like, should we just do it? And so finally in May, we got off our asses and we fucking did it. No. We started working on our business plan, and yeah, the rest, I mean, we put together the name of the brand, the name of our baby is Birdie and Hale. I think if you are interested in following our social media, we're doing pretty good on TikTok. I'm kind of proud of us.
Yes.
Like really, yeah, we're having fun with it. Honestly, like you can tell it's something that we're both passionate about because it's just something that we're enjoying doing. And yeah, we've done a couple of pop-ups now, but the funny thing is that we already have a biz nemesis.
We have a biz nemesis. So we have to set the scene a little more.
Yeah.
So, okay. So
should I set the
yeah,
scene?
well, I'm going to do a little more of a segue.
She's kind of my nemesis.
I want to talk
she's
about
now your nemesis too.
No, now she's my nemesis.
For sure.
But so, again, we started talking about this
in
May, and we kind of like wrote our business plan in March, like at the end of last season in March. And we kind of had like, we started collecting things and like going places, finding stuff. We like sourced a huge like box of vintage clothes from the Midwest, and they're gorgeous. We love them. So we have like really good inventory. Anyway, that's a different note. So
we're killing it.
We're
sourcing.
We're really good with sourcing. That's the part that we don't need help with at all.
Yeah.
So like I will kick it over to Syd where she can explain who this woman is in her life.
So I don't know if any of our listeners are also familiar with the podcast Normal Gossip. It's like one of my favorite ones. And
plug.
Yeah, plug Normal Gossip. I'd love
Friend
it.
of the pod.
If they plug us back, that'd be sick. But I actually like sent them this story too because it's just so funny that
Did you?
Like, yeah, I did. I was like, I hope they pick it up. We'll see if they do. But basically, so our very wholesome business where we resell adorable vintage and secondhand kids and baby clothes. And we created like this adorable brand with our kids' names, and everything is just very like whimsical and sweet and like honestly an antidote to like, I don't know, like feeling shitty about everything and like raising kids. I don't know, just a lot. It's just,
it's like
it's a positive thing.
It's a positive thing.
It's a very positive thing.
We're trying to combat like throwaway culture and like weaving it into, it's like, it's special to us. We're like, it's like, we're trying to basically like help other moms and like help the planet in such a small way that we can.
Yeah.
And it's just very wholesome. It's like a very, positive, like meaningful business to us.
Yeah. And so like, the week before our first pop-up, I got a text. I think this is the beginning of the story, really. I got a text from this mom that I would say I used to be friends with who lives in our neighborhood. And the reason I say I used to be friends is because we kind of, after I had my second kid, she basically like just disappeared and like didn't really talk to me and like stopped hanging out and didn't really come around and stuff. And so I felt like it really hurt my feelings at the time. It was like over a year ago. And I was just like, okay, this isn't really like, this isn't someone who like thinks about friendships in the same way that I do, which is like, I don't know, you check on your people, especially like after you have a kid. And she has a kid too. So I just like even more was surprised by it.
And she has a kid in a very different way. Like she has like more resources to take care of her like situation. Like she's rich basically. So she has, she doesn't get her hands dirty in the same, her journey is different than ours. Let's just say that. Yeah. She doesn't have to deal with like,
and that was like
being in the trenches of motherhood. It seems like from an outsider's perspective.
I think that's a fair assessment. And that was all fine with me before too.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, to each his own.
As long as you're like
everyone's journey is
still
different.
Being a good friend, you know, there's lots of people I have lots of different types of friends. But anyway, it was like very clear to me like we're not actually real friends. And so, but that was like a year ago, and I've seen her over the past year since then, here and there. But it's just very like surface level or whatever. And you met her once in the past year.
I did.
She was at like this big like trivia event thing or whatever, and she was.
You're being so specific.
Do you think
she'll listen to this podcast?
No, I know she doesn't listen to it, so it doesn't really matter. I could be way more specific, but anyway.
Okay, well, I want to say I got pretty bad vibes from her.
Well, yeah.
And I'm not like a vibey kind of I'm not like, oh man, the vibes
Brit's
are off.
Not really on vibes. That's true.
But like there are certain people where I'm just like, I don't think I gel with you. And she was one of them.
Yeah.
Initially.
Well, yeah. So then like.
And I might have had some preconceived information on her because I'm your friend and I'm like, she didn't even check on you. Yeah. Like I'm very like, what the fuck? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I went into meeting her like that, but she was not a warm person. Like she wasn't like, I could like set that aside maybe if like she just like tried to have a conversation with me and I just didn't.
You're a loyal friend.
I'm a Labrador.
You're definitely a black cat, but you are a loyal friend. And like I consider myself like as a friend very loyal too. Like I've had friendships in my life that are like since I was like 12 years old. And those are like the majority of the friendships that I have. You know, obviously I've made new friends too, but like once you're my friend, like that means something to me. And that's not true for everybody. Some people don't like carry their friendships that deeply. They want to just have a lot of friends that aren't like super deep friendships, you know? So it's just a difference in like mindset. And that became very clear to me. So anyway, all of that's context. So I think like in April, I sent her a text because she also kind of, she shops a lot. Like I just know that about her because we used to be
rich,
friends.
Honey.
Yeah, she's rich.
She's rich, honey.
And so I sent her a text about like, where do you think, is there any good places over on this side of town where we live to like buy like kid stuff? Because I like didn't have a lot of time or whatever, and I just wanted to see if she knew of some places. Well, there's not really. And so kind of fast forward, she was like, should we open a place? And I was like, oh, that's funny that you say that because it's actually something I've been kicking around with my partner on the podcast or whatever. I said something along those lines. And then that was it. We never talked about it again.
I read the text.
That was it.
I read the text. It was like, she was like, Brittany does like, used to be like a vintage clothing buyer.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I said.
We've been talking about it
like,
for a minute, like maybe. And then she's like, no, we totally should. And then.
But then I never heard from her about it again or anything. And also let's also not forget, like we said, she doesn't really need to work. And also I think she does have a job too. So I was just like, whatever. It was just a passing comment.
I don't think she has a job.
Well, anyway, I don't know.
She's always hanging around that pool club.
Yeah. So anyway, I was just like, whatever. It was a throwaway kind of thing. Like when we talked to my brother and you were like, the things people always say are like, we should start a band and we should open a bar or whatever. And people never do it. 98%
never do it.
So I was just kind of considered it that. Fast forward to, we actually do our first pop-up, and the week before she texted me. Oh wait, sorry.
I was going to say, but we did, Syd and I, like,
we've done both the things.
When we started,
we should do a
like
podcast.
when we started talking about, I know we did it. When we started talking about, like doing this, when we were like, okay, let's like pull the trigger on this. Syd did bring up, kind of mention something in a
bleep. It's okay. I'll bleep it.
I'm so stupid sometimes.
No, it's okay.
We haven't done this in a while. Syd did say, my friend, mentioned that she wanted to be involved, and I was kind of like, well,
you were like the same person didn't check on you after you had a kid and stuff, and I was like, oh, good point.
She seems, because when you go into business with somebody, you have to be able to. You have to just be with them. You're married to them, basically.
Yeah.
They're like your second wife, and if you already have one.
Yeah.
And so like you have to be able to tell them when something's wrong, and you have to be able to like talk to them like 3 times a day. And if you're thinking about doing that with somebody that has that's not entirely there with you, it's kind of a no for me. That's a no.
I think your instinct, obviously, like, not to fast forward to the end, I do think your instinct was right. And even in that moment, I was like, that's a really good point. Like, I'm new to all of this, and I just am like, oh, I'll just like do whatever. But there's a lot to be said about the people that you go into business with, people that you trust. And it doesn't matter necessarily if you're friends or not, but you do have to be able to trust them. And there does have to be a level of like respect. And like honest communication, all those things are super important. And so once you were like, yeah, I don't know, I was like, yeah, that's actually a good point, because like, I don't want to start something. I don't want to start a venture with someone who I feel like I don't necessarily like trust, because like they, have proven themselves not like to be a very good friend before and stuff. So it was just like, it was a quick conversation between us too. But all of that to say, she never followed up anyway. But the week before the pop-up, I sent her a text about that we were doing it, because she messaged me about something unrelated, some like other kids thing in the newspaper or whatever. She sent me a link, and then I sent her back, oh yeah, we're doing a pop-up. We're doing our first pop-up this week. And she was like, oh, like she was like surprised. I can't remember exactly what she said in that text, but she didn't say much. And she came. It was like a few days later, and she came. And she didn't buy anything, but she like walked around, and she like came with a friend who like walked around too. And then they left, and I didn't really think anything of it. The next day, I'm feeling good. I'm like, oh man, we did our first pop-up.
And
it was so cute.
And people bought stuff.
Like, I don't know.
Side note, we had a little area for kids to like a little play mat with like toys on it, so that moms could shop and let their kids play with toys. That was a huge hit, and it made us feel really good. We were super excited, because we were like, we thought of that because we're moms, and we were just like, that's so cool. A mom got to like shop while her kid was playing with one of the toys that we had, that her kid probably has the same one at home, but it's out in the wild, so he's interested in it.
It was just such a good, wholesome experience, and I was like really kind of riding a high. And then I got this text.
Oh my God.
I got a text.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was like, I am shocked and hurt and disappointed that you took a idea from a conversation that we had and just ran with it and cut me out. And I was like, what?
A conversation like we.
I was like, skirt.
Like we invented selling secondhand kids' clothes. Like she invented it, actually.
No,
the girl invented it.
I was so taken aback by it that I would just immediately I sent her back a voice memo, because I love to voice memo people. If I can't, I'm not going to call you, but I'll voice memo you. And I was like, I'm really sorry that you feel this way. I had no idea you felt this way, like legitimately. And, if it's still something you want to be involved with, let me know. We just have only done one pop-up. It's early, whatever. And she goes back to that. She was like, actually, I already have a business plan and I have another business partner and we already have investors. So we're just going to keep going with our thing. And I was like, girl, okay, that's fine.
Okay, but
okay.
I will say,
good for you.
I will say that Sydney did leave her a voice note that outlined our entire business plan.
No, I literally was like, so yeah, this will continue to be a theme. I'm very naive and I'm just like, I sent her a voice message right after I was like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I was like, the door is still open for you to like, if you want to be part of this, we're still floating around ideas of what we can do. And I bounced some of our ideas over, and that was kind of dumb because I just like basically told her like some ideas that we had that are not like crazy, but like there are ideas. And I would hate to see those ideas come to life in somebody else's whatever, but we shall see. Time will tell.
She's not going to do them, but But if she does, it'll be different than ours because
it'll be different. But anyway, at first, my first reaction to it was like shock because I was like, what? How do I already have a nemesis? I've done one pop-up of my vintage baby clothes brand or whatever. How could I have an enemy already? But then I kind of like sat on it for a while. I talked to some people. Like I talked to my brother, and I talked to some friends, and I was like, you know what? It's fine. Like at first I was like, why does she want to like, compete with us or whatever? But then everybody was like, you're always going to have people that are competing with you anyways. And so like, just don't be, intimidated or whatever. You just have to like rise to the occasion. I mean, that's capitalism, baby. So, and that's kind of what I've taken away from it. Like, honestly, at first I was like, but now I'm like, you know what? Like, that's fine. You want to be in competition with me?
She's fueling us.
Yeah, she's kind of fueling me. Like, I'm actually pretty competitive as it turns out. So no, we're doing a lot of like, and I've also like joined a bunch of different like organizations and stuff. And I'm like, I'm approaching this from a different way, which is building community and like having people like that know me and know what I stand for, so that it doesn't matter if she like tells people that I stole her idea or whatever. Like people who know me will know that that's not the kind of person that I am, and that's not the full story. And like, I don't know. I'm approaching it from that way of like, I know who I am and like, I know who we are and I know what we're doing isn't like, we're not like what was that movie about Facebook? Those twins, the fucking twins that like he stole the idea from. Oh, what were their names? Anyway, I was like, we're not like Zuck, we didn't steal somebody's Facebook or whatever, and like
we didn't steal MySpace.
We didn't steal MySpace from those twins.
We're not rating women.
We're just like,
we both have eyebrows. But like the thing is, I think we've been talking about this obviously because this is like what's going on in our world. But we like the thing that we benefit from being in the trenches of motherhood and not having resources to pay for
other people to do
certain
stuff
things
for us,
is that like we know like certain things, we have a competitive edge about certain things in a mom-centric market because not everybody does have resources to do, to have help like that. And we don't. So like, that's why we have a different kind of outlook on this.
We also have the edge of having like worked on real brands before. Like we know what like a good brand like says and does and how a good brand like behaves and like how it looks and all that stuff. And I feel like that's also a huge advantage too, because you have to pay a lot of money for like to hire
marketing
somebody
firms,
with people with our level of expertise on it.
Yeah,
those are expensive
true.
places.
Yeah, and we we found her socials.
No, Brett, don't.
We found her socials, and we found the marketing agency that she hired.
Yeah, we do know that. That's true. We do
and so I just wanted to say, like, because
you got to know
we're not using a marketing agency because we are the marketing agency.
We are the marketing agency.
So we don't. That's another thing that we don't need to
linked out
pay for
is the marketing agency.
run around media, Birdie and Hale, all of our sub conglomerates.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, that's our nemesis. And
So that's fun.
That's fun. Fueling our fire, fueling our business.
Something I wanted to also mention that on our small business journey since we've gotten started, I took a business trip, sort of a business trip and a personal trip to New York. Like, I don't know, last weekend, or was it the weekend before? I guess it was 2 weeks ago. And got to go see buy, sell, trade, and vintage in New York. There's just nothing like it. And then especially in Brooklyn, there's nothing like it here. And so I wanted to go for like selfish reasons. Like I wanted to shop, but I also kind of just wanted to see like how other people are doing this kind of thing and doing it well. And that was really cool. So shout out to a couple of the places that I talked to. One of them was called OPC, which stands for Other People's Clothes. They're super cool. They're for adults, but it was just really cool to see their space and like talk to their owner. And her name is Jane. Hey, Jane, if you're listening. And then also we went to a place where Brit actually is connected to the woman who started it.
Yeah, so she was my old boss when I did resale by Beacon's Closet in New York, which I'm sure people.
Yeah, if you're into resale, you know about Beacon's Closet for sure.
Yeah, it's a big one. And so she was my boss, and she branched out and started a kids resale.
And it's called Parachute. It was awesome. It's in Greenpoint, Parachute, Brooklyn. Really cool, cute little store.
Cute store.
Cute
socials. Cute lady.
Shout out her, Carly. And yeah, and it was just, I mean, I think a lot of, you're going to hear me say this over and over again throughout this season as we talk to other like small business owners and stuff, but there's such a sense of community. And even as people who just like are babies at this, like we just started doing this like 2 months ago, meeting other people who are doing it, and even not like the same business, but like adjacent to, like I've talked to a lady who has a toy store and stuff like that. But like, it's just really cool to like build that in real life network as opposed to fucking LinkedIn. This is like real people who I've met.
We're shaking hands. We're like,
they don't know me from LinkedIn. They know me from, I walked into their store and I met them. You know, that's different. So I love that. I love doing that. It's like, I don't know. It's really filling my cup, I guess. I don't know.
It's filling your cup.
It's filling my cup. I got to tell you something funny.
That and wine.
I got to tell you something funny. Yeah, that and wine. Something funny just happened, which is that your future landlord just called me. I didn't answer because I didn't know who it was.
You have to answer.
Brit put me as her boss, and I am your boss.
What if he listens to this?
Okay, he's not going to listen to this. But Richard, I am her boss, so
she is my boss.
If you're listening,
you have to call him back.
I will. I'll call him back after this. Should I call him right now?
On the pod. You just tell him how much you love me.
Okay, I wasn't expecting him to call me at 6:30.
Well, I just texted him because I was like, "Hey." I was like, you better make a decision and tell me if you're gonna put me in the running to becoming America's next top tenant.
Wow. What should I say?
Just to tell him that I have a job.
I'm nervous. Okay.
You just gotta tell him that
she has a job.
You work at this company.
You have a job.
You're my creative director.
Oh, that's right.
I'll send you.
I also am that too. That's
true.
That's not untrue. I tell you what to do sometimes. You don't do it, but I still tell you what to do.
It's good to know.
It's good to know. It's good information to have.
Yeah, it's good information. She wants me to do this.
It's just information.
I might do it.
Probably not.
I might.
But maybe.
You never know what I'm going to do.
No, we don't. That's what we love about you.
Yeah, like I still don't know. We're, just a little bit of like personal information, because what is this podcast about? I don't know. I'm moving to a different place, and I don't know. I might be moving in with Sydney in her lower level. I might be moving in with Richard.
He's not going to be there.
No, he won't be there at his house. We don't know. We're up in the air. But, it's good to have a backup option.
Things are happening.
Things are moving. Things are shaking.
Things are moving and shaking. They are. Things are changing, and that's good. And, sometimes it's hard, but it's ultimately, I think it's good. I don't know.
It's all part of the ride.
Yeah.
It's all part of the journey. It has to you just have to change so you can grow, Yeah. You have to change your situation so that you can have a better situation.
I fully believe that.
You can't keep staying in the same, you have to make moves for yourself. You can't stay doing the same thing and expect stuff to change. You have to make it happen somehow.
Yeah.
And it might take a while for you.
Is that a distinctly feminine perspective? Because I feel like that all the time, and I feel like I'm always trying to explain that to my husband of nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yeah.
And I feel like men, I mean, maybe this is just I have a very small subset, which is your partner and my partner, but maybe just men in general. Maybe I'm making a huge generalization, but is that something that men are more comfortable with, not have, they're more opposed to change, and women are I don't know.
Well, I don't
Is there something to it?
I mean, I will say I don't necessarily always like change.
Yeah.
Because it's uncomfortable.
Right.
But I think that you have to do it in order to get to a different phase.
Yeah. I find change exciting. Generally speaking, I find it exciting, even if it is not always positive or whatever. I still kind of try to always see when things are changing. I try to see that as an opportunity for something good to happen. Whether, I feel and I don't know, I guess I'm an optimist.
Well, I do I move a lot.
Yeah, you've moved a lot.
And I
enjoy moving.
I do too. Because I love because you just accrue so much bullshit. When you're in a place, you just accrue so much shit. And when you move, you have to you get rid of a lot of it, and it feels good because there's nothing, it's hard to get rid of stuff when you're, just metaphorically too, it's hard to get rid of stuff when you're just in the same space because you're I'll just put this in this closet and forget about it. But it feels so good to do inventory of your life basically. Which I think
is a retail metaphor.
A retail metaphor.
For you. Wait, our metaphors are back.
Our metaphors are back and better than ever.
Well, that remains to be seen, but they are back, and they're going to be more businessy this time. They're going to be more small businessy.
It's good to stay humble.
Yeah. Our metaphors were pretty corporate-y before, but we're done with that.
So we're bringing
We don't speak in corporate metaphors anymore.
We don't speak in jargon.
No.
But we definitely, are super excited for this new chapter of our journey. And we are excited to document this chapter in the podcast because we are learning as we go along. And we would love to inspire someone else that's had it with working for other people and the current state of the job market to branch out and do their own thing. And if we can tell somebody what we did wrong so that they don't do it, that is just a huge win for us.
If you take anything away from today's episode, it's that if you're going to start a business, you
get a nemesis.
Get a biz nemesis right off the bat. It will inspire you.
It will. I mean,
it feels scary, but it's necessary.
There seems to be a theme of this episode, which is spite, I guess. I'm only going back to LinkedIn for spite, or we only got a fire under our ass because this person's trying to scoop us. But we're not all about spite. We want to keep it positive. But it did help. It did help.
Not us.
Yeah, she's starting a spite business. We're gonna one up her with more spite. No, I'm just kidding.
I think one time in one of the episodes you said, I have as much spite as I have free time, and I have a lot of I have a lot of fucking free time. So imagine how spiteful I am. Something like that.
I don't remember saying that, but that is absolutely true, and I absolutely do feel that way.
Don't come for us. Don't come for us. Or do, but just spend some money at our store too. Tell your friends. Shop Birdie and Hale.
Birdie and Hale. We are coming, and just another quick plug, like as if this whole entire podcast episode is not a plug for our small business, but we will, any moms out there listening, will come to your house and go through and hollow all your baby junk for you for free.
Yeah.
Like this is just a service that we talked about the other day that I want to throw out on this podcast, just because we haven't put it on our social channels yet. But if you are overstimulated mom and you have a bunch of baby stuff that needs to get the fuck out of your house, we will come pick it up and take it to a charity that, like, we don't have the charity yet. It's going to be something very mom centric that like helps moms in need.
There's two places. Well, there's two kinds of things that we're thinking about doing. There's definitely like, there's a couple of kind of homeless shelters basically for moms and children. And if they will take donations, then sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We'll definitely donate there. And then our second place we'll want to do like a clothing, a recycling, textile recycling or whatever type of nonprofit or whatever. And so either way, your stuff isn't going to just sit in your house, and it's also not going to go to Goodwill, which Brittany has a big bone to
bad.
Pick with.
Goodwill is bad.
And so
I can talk to you about it, but
I know you
it's
want
boring.
to.
I just want to.
Just let it rip.
I'm just gonna say one thing about Goodwill.
Tell people what they don't know about Goodwill, because I didn't know.
Well, okay, so Goodwill is as most companies that make over X amount of money, like they rake in billions of dollars. They pay their CEO $8 million a year. Do you know how much they pay their employees? Below minimum wage, because if you have, there's like a shitty law where if you have a disability, you can get paid under minimum wage. It's really fucked up. So basically, and
so
they get all of these spaces that they rent for next to nothing because they're a nonprofit organization, and they don't have to pay taxes. So they're really taking, and they start charging like $20 for a jacket that they got for free, like insane, like $10 sweatpants. Goodwill is supposed to be for people that don't have any money to go shop there. And I know people are going to say, but resellers like buy stuff that, well, resellers can't make any money off a $10 pair of sweatpants. So it will end up in a landfill if you're charging $10 for it, aside from the fact that Goodwill is corrupt and they take everybody's money and they use it to pay their fucking higher ups millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
And I bet, too, we don't have the facts in front of us, as we so often don't. But I bet a lot of their stuff probably ends up in the landfill, too. I bet.
Yeah.
I bet that it does. So let's just, all we're trying to say is, on our little tangent, if we come pick up your stuff and we
don't take it to Goodwill.
We promise to do good things with it, which is either keep it, resell it at a reasonable price, take it to a charity that helps women and children, or make sure that it gets recycled.
Or give it to a mom that we know. Like, you know what I mean? Like we will, if you trust us with your baby junk, we will make sure it gets to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
And that's, we don't want it to go to a landfill.
No.
We don't want it to to Goodwill. So that's what we'll do. So we're
trying to leave it better than we found it.
We'll come to you. You have a room with just a bunch of shit. We'll bring our own trash bags. We'll shove everything in it. We'll throw it in the back of Sydney's SUV. Like, we'll get it out of your life. And sometimes that's all people need, is to get it out of their lives. Yeah. And I know, like, when I was like newly postpartum, I just needed stuff out of my life, like, really bad. I had it by the door. I was like, I don't know what to do with this. This is good stuff. I don't know anybody that needs it, but I don't want to take it to Goodwill. Also, I can't like leave the house right now. I just had it's like, it being by the door of my house in a pile, like, stressed me out to the point where I know that there's other moms feeling this way. And I just want them not to feel that way. One phone call. We'll be there.
Holler at your girls. We'll be there. What else? Oh, I guess to wrap up this first episode back.
Are we wrapping?
Maybe, but not necessarily.
I don't have anything.
We'll see. Okay.
We'll see.
To wrap it up, I just wanted to say a couple of things, which are, we have a few more things coming up this summer for our for Birdie and Hale, which we're excited about, but also looking ahead at this season of season 2 of Linked Out, we really want to talk to other business owners too. And I have a lot of people in mind that I'm going to reach out to for us to like talk about, but we want to hear from y'all. Like, is there stuff that you guys want to know? Are there people that you want us to talk to? Like, I just want to hear, I would love some feedback from you guys about like, what would be the most interesting, what would be the most helpful and also entertaining, I guess. Like, we want to keep it fresh and we're going to keep going, and we will do interviews and stuff, but just let us know if there's anything you're like, hey, you should talk to so-and-so, or so-and-so would love to come on your podcast or whatever. Like, hit us up. The phone lines are always open, aka linkedoutpod@gmail.com is always open.
1-900 linked out.
And also if you DM us on, TikTok or Instagram too, we're always online. We're perennially online. We're constantly online. Chronically online. We're fucking online. So
please, and really honestly, like, please follow our like Birdie and Hale like journey on socials, because we've really been keeping up with that.
Yeah, we actually did what we said we would do, which is like keep to journal
I'll tell you, it's like much easier for me personally to make space for our Birdie and Hale small business, so like socials, because it's an easier like clear cut for content, because like that's what we're doing all the time. We're like working on this all the time. We're looking at vintage baby clothes. The like mom niche is like pretty like, it's mom like
talk.
Mom talk. Mom talk might not survive.
No, this might not survive.
But like, it's just like Linked Out socials are harder because it's like, it's all like work content, and it's like, we have to like film ourselves doing this podcast, which we had a lot of problems with. We can't just like whip our phones out, because we're like looking at stuff on them when we're looking up our notes on our phones while we're like doing the podcast to make sure we don't leave anything out. And so it's like easier to, when we're going vintage.
Not you don't have any notes on your phone.
I do. You don't know me. But like,
this bitch has never
not for
read
this.
her notes. She's reading her text.
But but like, it's just easier to like take our phone out when we're like sourcing, like we're going to like a thrift store and we're like, oh, and then we're like setting up our pop-ups. We're like, oh, let's take our phone. So we have been documenting that. And I am pretty proud of ourselves for doing what we said we were going to do.
Yeah,
for sure,
me too. I'm proud of us too.
Because man, being a small business owner and a content, you have to be a content creator, and it's not easy. Like because it's like you're worrying about 1,000 different things.
No,
and then you're like, wait, content.
Yeah, wait, video this.
Hold on, can you put that stuff that woman just bought in a bag again? Can you take it out and put it back in the bag again? Okay, no, you can't, because you already handed them the bag. Yeah. Let's do a different one and pretend like you're handing it to them. It's like a real nightmare, but we're doing it because it is important for your small business to have a social media, because that's what a lot of people do. When you
don't give away the secret sauce, Brett.
When you this podcast is the secret sauce.
No, you're right. This is literally the secret sauce, and we don't keep any secrets here. We don't gatekeep.
We want you to do this. We want you to start a business. We want you to stop working for corporations and start your own thing and build communities. So like, we're gonna tell you what we know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you open a small business, don't forget about also learning how to be a content creater, because that's important.
These are the days. These are the times.
These are the days.
Some people, the best days of our lives.
Some people like end up starting small businesses because their social medias are booming. So like, anyway.
Well, anyway,
that's that. So just, again, any other questions, please email us, linkedout@gmail.com. We're still, the email lines are still open.
Pod, I'm pretty sure is
linkedoutpod@gmail.com. Man, it's really been a while. We're rusty.
We're back.
We're back. We're back.
All right, guys. See you next week.
We love you so much. Your support means everything.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's podcast, please give us a 5-star review. Email us at linkedoutpod@gmail.com and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky at linkedoutpod. Your support means everything, and we fucking love you. Mwah.
That was cute.
Bye, bestie.